Israel live music right here in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. We are here inside Visit Knoxville. Feel free to come join us today. But if you can't be here with us, know that it is streaming live right now on our YouTube channel, where you can also watch it back later at your convenience. So we had two guests build on the show today. One of them is waiting on the side of the road for road assistance. Had a little trouble this morning. He might show up, might not, but we wish him well. We hope they show soon. I hate anybody be sitting on the side of the interstate, but his buddy's here, and we're fine with that. So y'all give a great big welcome here today to Tom Hampton, back to the Blue Plate Special.
Thanks, y'all. It seems this time we've lost our way, chasing after paradise. We live to fight another day on this battlefield of life. And so we hide behind the words, the advice that we should heed. I'd rather be someone you want than just something that you need. We're caught out in the weather, no shelter from the rain. We break beneath the pressure, so weary from the pain. It's strange to think we've come this far without getting anywhere. We're holding on to this dying dream in the midst of this despair. But baby, you know when I do too, though sometimes we might forget. As long as we're still standing here, maybe it ain't over yet. Between the anger and the passion, there's nowhere left to hide. As the drive to succeed gives way to the need to provide, even your best laid plans can sometimes go astray. So I'll lay these dreams to rest, if only for today. Well, I can't play this game no more if I can't do my best. So maybe I'll let this clock run out and lay these dreams to rest. This crazy world don't leave much time to hang on to anything. We take our turn on this carousel, reaching for the golden ring. It's always been beyond my grasp, but now it's beyond my will. Maybe all of these hard times past were only time to kill. You're not getting any younger, the chance of youth is gone. Why don't we stop to wonder why it is we carry on? Even your best laid plans can sometimes go astray. So I'll lay these dreams to rest, if only for today.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you very much. Trey, if you're listening, it's a balmy 70 degrees in this room right now. Not trying to, well, maybe I am trying to make you jealous just a little bit. Just a little bit. If, at this point in my life, I've called AAA so much that they have my number on speed dial, I think, just from, years of, the car that I have now, I've only had for 6 years, and it's already got 270,000 miles on it. So we are, as an occupation, we are risk averse at the very least. So, but he called me, and I could hear it in his voice. And apparently, the person in front of him hit something. And he didn't see it because the person in front of him was busy hitting something, and he didn't really have time to avoid it. And it was big enough that if he had swerved into one of the other lanes, he would have probably caused problems much worse than just having a flat tire. So hope you're staying cool out there, buddy. I did a double CD 25th anniversary re-release of a record that I did some years back called Our Mutual Angels. That last song and this song are both from this new old record. This is called Savannah Rain.
It's all so dangerous, afraid of what I might say. It's so mysterious. Another one that got away. When it's all over, the dust and the ashes have all settled in. The curtain closes. How do we know where to begin? Darkness falls all over town. Hear the thunder coming down. I know you're out there somewhere. I hope you feel the same. Standing in that cold Savannah rain. Every word unspoken leaves a hole so deep. What's one more heart broken? A dream that just won't sleep. You change just like the weather. I don't know what makes me try, but I could wait forever just to watch you float right by. Darkness falls all over town. Hear the thunder coming down. I know you're out there somewhere. I hope you feel the same. Standing in that cold Savannah rain. Yeah. La 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 la. Oh yeah. Every flash of memory, so much closer to the bone. And every time you look at me, you feel a little more like home. And this faded photograph lives There's a little piece of time buried in the dust, a place I left behind. The darkness falls all over town. Hear the thunder coming down. I know you're out there somewhere. I hope you feel the same, standing in that cold Savannah rain. The cold Savannah rain. The cold Savannah rain.
Thanks, y'all.
This is Tom Hampton with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. How long have you been performing like not in a band, as just Tom Hampton?
Well, I actually started off this way years and years and years ago, before many of you were born, believe it or not. And I see those of you who think I'm lying. Don't think I didn't catch that. I got out of the military and moved to right outside Philadelphia in the late 80s, early 90s, and just started playing any room that would have me. And started writing songs, but kind of had an internal awareness that they weren't good enough. So I just kind of stuck to playing, American Pie and Margaritaville under the dartboard, while I got my hours in. And made a couple of records during that period. The one specifically, Our Mutual Angels, that those two songs were from, is over 25 years old now. And did that until, after I made that record, I started getting a lot of phone calls for session work because I played so many of the instruments on the record. And it got easier to go out and play in other people's bands because, you pick up the phone, they tell you what to wear and what to bring and when to show up and where to be. And it was a lot easier than trying to get people to buy records and tickets and stuff of that nature. So that got real easy for a lot of years. And then I kind of tripped backwards into a couple of, I toured with Marshall Tucker Band for a couple of years and played with Pure Prairie League a little bit on and off, and then got a call from Rusty Young to join Poco. So I was in the last lineup of Poco before Rusty passed away in 2021. And then COVID happened, and everybody kind of decided what they wanted to be when they grew up while they were sitting at home in quarantine. And I started writing songs again, and I made a couple of records in that period. I made a record called Out to Pasture, which could be construed as a Poco tribute record, but it's a bunch of Poco songs with some songs that I wrote on it as well. I kind of think of it more as like a scrapbook / love letter to my old band because, I grew up listening to those guys and then got to go out and play with them. And it was a loss. So I kind of funneled and channeled that loss into that record. And then I made the first record of original material that I made, fully original material since Our Mutual Angels, was called A Month of Some Days, which was kind of a nice little, wink and a nod at how long it, a whole bunch of some days until that record came out. But that came out in 2024. And I've got a new record that's probably coming out in the spring of 2027. Because when I started writing, and I had probably 3 records worth of material, just getting ready to make that record. But I honed that one down to the 9 songs that I thought would work best together.
So why the remake?
Because I had, when I started going back and looking through old song notes and things of that nature, I realized that I had just a ton of stuff. Songs that I had recorded for that record that didn't make it onto that record and things of that nature. And from a completely non-musical, totally business perspective, I didn't have anything on any of the streaming services. when I started working on A Month of Some Days. And with the clock being what it was, and being that that record was, close to that anniversary mark, I decided to put that record up and get it on the streaming services and kind of fertilize the soil a little bit before I put this new record out, so that Spotify's a weird thing. And if you start getting a bunch of streams right out of the gate, they will come in and say, clearly you don't belong here, and they will cancel your account. So it was kind of it's kind of like a little house cleaning to make, to set up a presence and have something up there before the new record came out.
Okay. Well, there is merch available here in-house for you folks, and is it available out there on streaming services as well?
TomHampton.com, as everyone, everybody has, the .com with their name in front of it. But
Not everybody.
No, well, not everybody.
The professional ones generally do.
And how many of you folks are members of WDVX? Anybody?
We got lots of supporters
There's a couple of
here at
hands back there.
WDVX,
So
yes.
anyone who is a member of WDVX, if you let us know at the table, we've got something extra for you.
But
Before you leave, because I love this station. I'm thankfully at the moment in history where we're in, I can listen to WDVX in Nashville, and that would not have been possible 25 years ago. So I'm thankful for that, and it's in all our collective best interests to keep this station up and running and to support this station. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Well, y'all, I'm going to back out of the way. TomHampton.com for more information. It's Tom Hampton on the WDVX Blue Plate special.
So thank you. This is a song about being in a band that hasn't had a hit since Jimmy Carter was president. It's kind of, because there's a lot of them out there, a lot of us out there. And it's a lot different touring at 50 than it is touring at 20. It's a lot different touring in 2026 than it was in 1976. I saw the Eagles. Poco's original drummer, George Grantham, lived with me for about a year, a little while back, and Timmy Schmidt, who was the bass player in Poco, left us tickets to come see the band. And Joe Walsh came out and said something that I've never forgotten. He's like, in his inimitable Joe Walsh way, he's like, man, I gotta tell you guys, it was a lot more fun being in my 20s in the 70s than it is being in my 70s in the 20s, man. But this is a song about, some of my old bands and some of my old friends and folks who are still out there plugging away, playing music for people that are still willing to come out and hear them. This is called That Song You Used to Know.
Thanks for coming out tonight. It's good to see your faces. Yeah, we were just here last summer. We play a lot of the same places. Guess you're here 'cause you remember some of the songs we're gonna play. For some kind of shared connection to that collective yesterday. And the drummer counted off, and here we go. With a band that plays that song you used to know. Now it's not the guys that made the record, it's the guys that made the gig. We're just trying to make you happy, we're not trying to make it big. But see, you don't get to pick and choose from what you bought or what you had. You gotta eat what's on the table, some nights it might not be half bad. We're gonna take this next one nice and slow, with a band that plays that song voices beneath me. Some would say I'm wasting time. Some would question my commitment. Some would say I'm past my prime. I'd say that you don't get to pick and choose, but you gotta what you had. You gotta eat what's on the table. Some nights it might not be half bad. Nights it's best to run the numbers and play what everyone expects, while you're staring at the backside of the guy who writes the checks. Some nights I look into the eyes of these boys standing by my side. Some nights we're all just worn and weary. Some nights there's a spark of pride. Some nights I look into the numbers, I can play. Nights we fall into a groove that ties the old songs to today. Has it really been that long ago, with a band that plays that song you used to know? Give you just one more before we go, with a band that plays that song you used to know. That song you used to know. That song you used to know.
Thanks, y'all. Okay, so I brought y'all a present. Yes, I'm using lyrics. This one is brand new. I've yet to play this song in public before. A booking agent friend of mine called me a couple of years ago and asked me if I would be interested in going and playing this little room in Jasper, Tennessee, which is outside of Chattanooga. It's in kind of the foothills, real close to the Alabama state line. And it's like, you'll make some money and it'll be cool. If you don't have anything to do, it would be a. And so I go and I play this place, and I just kind of set up my rig in the corner and started playing. And this couple that had come in, they were kind of sitting in the back, eating dinner. It's just it's maybe like a 35, 40 cap room. And when I started playing, they got up and started dancing. And, when you do like the coffee house folk singer thing, you don't really see that so much. It's not really a thing that happens. And I thought maybe I was getting punked or set up or something, but like they stood up and they danced for the entire first set. And so, of course, when I took a break, I went straight to them and I was like, "Who sent you?" But they were incredibly sweet. We had a short conversation before I started playing again, and then they started dancing again, and then they started asking for songs. And it turns out, what I found out after they went home early, because of course they did, the two of them dated in high school, and she went off to college because she was a year older than him. And she met somebody in college, and then he met somebody else, and they both married other people. But both of their spouses have since passed away, and now they've gotten back together after, all this time has gone by. And now every weekend, they're at this place dancing to whoever happens to show up to play. And how do you not write a song about that, right? So I am playing there again on July 31st, and I'm taking this with me. So you guys are my focus group test audience, okay?
together and drifted apart, and before too long someone else had stolen your heart. I know that life isn't fair, and you found yours and I found mine. But it's still a small town, just like it was back then, and word gets around when you end up alone again, and finding each other was only a matter of time. Fresh starts and fresh chances, somehow still the same. Brand new old romances calling our name. So dance with me to the end of our days, and I'll hold on to you in familiar old ways, making up for the chances that we didn't take way back when. The music is playing, friends are all here, but when I look at you, they all disappear, and then time goes away. There's no difference between now and then. But it's just you and me, happily ever after. Let's go out tonight after we rest up, and you'll do your hair, and I'll help you get dressed up. Go where they know us the minute we walk in the door. And I'll sing along when he plays Margaritaville and ask you dance, as long as you'll say you will, and we'll go home early, 'cause you know we're not kids anymore. And I'll smile at you and kiss you goodnight, and I'll dream about dancing when I turn out the light. So dance with me the end of our days, and I'll hold on to you in familiar old ways, making up for the chances that we didn't take way back when. The music is playing, our friends are all here, but when I look at you, they all disappear, and then time goes away. There's no difference between now and then. It's just you and me, happily ever after. It's just you and me, happily ever after. It's just you and me, happily ever after. Happily ever after again.
Thanks, y'all.
It's Tom Hampton with us here today on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Support for the Blue Plate Special comes from listeners just like yourselves and from Barley's down in Knoxville's Old City. It's home of the Big Plate on Fridays at noon. And this Friday, the Gladson Family Band will be joining us on the big plate. You can find out more about that by visiting our website at WDVX.com. And also, additional support comes from Modelo Special. Also, coming up tomorrow, Gary Gillerin and KSA Friends will be with us. You can find more information about upcoming performances at WDVX.com. So we told you the little story before the show today about the fact that Trey's, well, he's sitting on the side of the road somewhere. We hope maybe he's made it to a tire store somewhere or getting a realignment. Who knows? Hopefully he's in some air conditioning by now. But Tom's agreed to do a few extra tunes for us here today on the Blue Plate Special.
Yeah, I have not felt my pocket vibrate since we started, so I'm a little worried that he's in the custody of God knows who at this point. This is a song, kind of a travel song. There was a Texaco at exit 7 of Interstate 78, right down at the end of 81, where 81 and 78 connect up in central northern Pennsylvania. And the guy that ran that place at night was, to call him antisocial just doesn't seem to get the point across. He didn't like anybody. He didn't take questions. He, if it was broken, then you don't use it. If they were out of it, you don't get it. He was that guy. And at some point, years after I really stopped encountering the guy, I remember thinking about him, and it occurred to me that if I had to stand in the same spot all night long while people came in and out that were either coming home from something cool or going someplace cool, I would probably have a little bit of an attitude problem myself. And so I wrote this song inspired by and informed by him, although not about him, because I like to think that the guy in this song is a little nicer than he was. This is called Gasoline. Got a shirt with my name on the pocket. I got a Glock under the cigarettes. I got a boss who comes in every morning strutting around in his sandals and sweats. Now the drawer gets most of the money. I might slip $1 or $2 underneath. Lunch and dinner right off of the roller grill, staying afloat by the skin of my teeth. Feels like the whole world's coming and going. Behind this counter I'm standing still. Cars fly in and out of the parking lot, but I'm stuck here dying on this hill. And I'll be selling you 6-packs and scratch-offs, condoms, ice cream and caffeine, watching everyone else going somewhere and going home, smelling like gasoline. Yeah, I realize everything's broken, but you go right on ahead and complain. I know you think you're addressing the captain, but I'm just pouring the drinks on this plane. So maybe put your stuff on the counter. I'll ring you up and you'll be ready to ride. And then you can get back on the interstate and I can get back to dying inside. Feels like the whole world's coming and going. Behind this counter I'm standing still. Cars fly in and out of the parking lot, but I'm stuck here dying on this hill. And I'll be selling you 6-packs and scratch-offs, condoms, ice cream and caffeine, and everyone else going somewhere and going home, smelling like gasoline. The whole world's coming and going. Behind this counter I'm standing still.
Cars fly in and out of the parking lot, but I'm stuck here dying on this hill. And I'll be selling you 6-packs and scratch-offs, condoms, ice cream, and caffeine. Watching everyone else going somewhere and going home, smelling like gasoline. Yeah, smelling like gasoline. Hey,
Thanks, y'all. The recording of this song is a typical acoustic guitar capoed at the 12th fret, and then somebody told me about these things. And it's just way more cooler. Follow me to the scene of Trey Sheehan's car accident. I hope it's not that bad. I really do. This is, I sat down to write a song about a friend of mine and realized that I could write the same song like a couple dozen times over for different people who I've encountered over the years and who've crossed my path. And I decided to pick 3. So the first verse is about my first guitar hero, my first real life guitar hero. I was playing drums when I was a teenager, and he was the guitar player in my first legitimate band, and I thought this guy hung the moon. And the second verse is kind of shared by a couple of people, but it's mostly Dan Fogelberg and Jackson Brown. And then the third verse is about David Lindley. So now you know who all the actuaries are. This is on an EP that I put out at the same time as I put out A Month of Some Days. It's called Extra Innings, and it's a bunch of songs that didn't make the record that I put together on an EP as a companion piece for that record. It's here along with everything else, of course. But this is called Mount Rushmore.
First time I'd ever seen a real Gibson Les Paul. There was crushed blue velour covering every wall. Well, every soul in that room was a stranger to me. Yeah, but you played your ass off as cool as could be. So we learned all the songs and we loaded the van. And I tripped backwards into a rock and roll band. And you took me under your cynical wing and laid out the blueprint for everything. Like rain buried deep in the heart of the tree, preserving each lesson you passed on to me. I can still see your faces no matter the light, carved into the side of Mount Rushmore tonight. sang like an angel with a beat-up guitar. Like Shakespeare and Jesus at the Troubadour bar. With misplaced desperados all lined up outside. But you left a footprint 100 miles wide. And I memorized every song that I heard. Studied the liner notes, sang every word. With those Henry Diltz photographs burned in my mind, threw away my old dreams and left them behind. Like rings buried deep in the heart of the tree, preserving each lesson you passed on to me. I can still see your faces, no matter the light. Carved into the side of Mount Rushmore tonight. Can't quite recall when I first heard that sound. Felt that wail and that rumble from deep in the ground. Behind a row of guitar necks, the edge of the band. That current that flowed from your heart to your hand. With the bar on the strings and your hair in your eyes, I'd watch you ricochet between bliss and surprise. With those crazy loud clothes and that devilish grin, sometimes I can't help believing I'll see you again. Like rings buried deep in the heart of the tree, preserving each lesson you passed on to me. I can still see your faces, no matter the light. Carved into the side of Mount Rushmore tonight. Yeah, I can still see your faces, no matter the light. Carved into the side of Mount Rushmore tonight. Thanks, y'all.
It's Tom Hampton with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. He's got one last tune for us here today. But before he does that, I want to remind everybody, feel free to stop by that merch table after the show and shake it and howdy with him and thank him for just being here and making some music for us here today. He ran into a little traffic himself this morning. I reckon that's what the setback was. Did you ever feel it? Find it? It's just, you know, how when you're driving along and you've got this ETA, and then all of a sudden it changes, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm running late."
I was so
Trey's
proud of
broke
myself.
down, and
I was tickled that, I got out of Nashville and like it was 6, I forget what time it was, but my ETA, we need to be here at 10:30 to get everything done. And my ETA was 10:24. And I was like, yes. And then, I don't know, man, somewhere on the other side of Cookeville, it went from 10:24 to like 10:38. And I just assumed that meant that when I got to Knoxville, I was going to hit my brakes and sit for a minute. But by the time I got here, it was
cool beans.
evaporated.
Well, yeah, we're glad he made it, because we'd all be sitting here looking at each other kind of goofy like if he didn't. So we're glad he made some music for us here today. Appreciate you doing it. TomHampton.com for more information. Now, tomorrow they'll be up in Vienna, Virginia. From here, Thursday in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Friday in New York City, and Saturday in New Haven, Connecticut. You can find his complete schedule by visiting TomHampton.com. And a month of some days streaming out there on all those music platforms.
Yeah, by this time next week, I'm sure Fate will have gotten plenty of opportunities to smite me for all of my smug remarks about Trey sitting on the side of the interstate in a pool of his own sweat. So, fingers crossed. I do know, I got all 4 of my tires replaced before this whole thing started. So if that had happened to me, I would be the one sitting on the side of the road saying all kinds of the words that the FCC would not be real happy with. So I'm not going to say it worked out better this way, but I am certainly happy that it wasn't me mourning the loss of a brand new tire that wasn't even 48 hours old yet. But yeah, like she said, shake and howdy. I'd be happy to talk to all of y'all. We've got time. Yeah, let's hang for a minute when we're done here. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate you sticking around. I really do.
Why don't we both go out and walking? 'Cause there's a breeze outside tonight. The stars could fall into line here, where the darkness meets the light. We could watch the traffic thin, watch the signals start to blink, and gather all this peacefulness so that we don't have to think. Could say that I love you now. You could act like you don't know, and find a new place to begin. And maybe you could even smile just once. Maybe no one has to know. And maybe we could try again. Oh, we could try again. We put so many miles behind us, running down this destiny, just to find a brand new distance that's crept in between you and me. Now I could say that I love you now. You could act like you don't know, and find find a new place to begin. And maybe you could even smile just once. Maybe no one has to know. And maybe we could try again. Oh, we could try again. We felt the money fly through our fingers. We watched the future slip through our hands. But the promise of love still lingers if we invest what it demands. Oh, now I could say that I love you now. You could act like you don't know and find a new place to begin. And maybe you could even smile just once. Baby, no one has to know. And maybe we could try again. And maybe you could even smile just once. Baby, no one has to know. And maybe we could try again. Oh, we could try again.
Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it.
That's Tom Hampton on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Thank y'all. Join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plate Special.